Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? I have my AC on and I'll try to talk as long as I can. I'm pretty close to the camera, so that should help. And trying to adjust the glare is not easy in this small apartment. If I face the window, there's like white. You still can see some glare, but I'm doing the best I can with what I've got. So I was looking at 60 and Me. They have a channel and they have like websites. They've got everything. Margaret Manning, I believe, started it. She's the founder, and with some other women. And anyway, today's article really got me thinking hard. It's about a woman named Joni Marks, and she has little courses on Udemy. It's like you to me, Udemy. It's like a university from, anyway. It's online and you can take courses from her, and she has books she's written. And what I liked was she talked about how to dump past stories. And it was about, how we've changed and we're not basically the person we were in our youth and childhood. And what it made me think about was dwelling in my past stories. I've been very sad. It's why I haven't wanted to make any videos. I'm just really depressed. And, I've been creating my little nest to be a reminder of the seaside, which I love. But it always seems to surround the seaside of the Northeast. And I was mourning over not being able to get up there, and that it was going to be outrageously expensive in the van to go all the way up to New Hampshire and Maine in the fall, which I wanted to do. And a lot of women have said to me before, create new stories, have new adventures. And women in my van channels, Facebook groups, they were saying, make new adventures. Go somewhere you and him never went together. And I think that's pretty good advice. And so I've decided in October to explore the beaches of North Carolina. So it will be very cost efficient. A total will only cost me probably $1,000, and that would be really living it up. And since I have a credit card, I'm probably going to use that and just make payments over time to pay for it. And then in the next year, next October, I'll be able to go explore something else. So that's how I'm going to take my vacations, using a credit card. And I know some people blah blah blah, but I'm pretty careful with it. And I don't charge more than I know I can pay beyond the minimum payment, because that could go on for years just paying the minimum payment. So I make sure I can put a nice fat sum on that each month, enough to pay it down at least 2 to 3 times. And I plan it out in my head. If I pay this amount each month, it'll be done in this amount of time, including the interest. So I think that's going to be my plan for October. And boy, have the months been going by? It's almost June. I can't believe it. It's just incredible, But yeah, so and I'm not feeling well physically, and that doesn't help. It really doesn't. When you're sick and you're like, I was there for him all those years, there's nobody here for me. And of course my kids would come running, but I don't want to do that to them. They're exhausted from what they're trying to do in order to help the entire family, So bless their hearts. And I tell Mike, I say, Mike, I'm okay. Please don't think you have to rescue me. I'm all right. I'm making it, This apartment was a real blessing. It's incredibly low cost. I haven't seen my electric bill yet, and thank God I don't have a water and sewer bill. That's a big plus. Since they've sprayed for the cockroaches, I am experiencing live cockroaches. I've had 2 live ones, one which I stepped on and disinfected, as soon as I did that. And then another one I found live on my countertop the other night. That depresses me because I'm not a big fan of cockroaches. These are small, which are the bad kind. And they're less frightening than the big kind, and instead of screaming, I usually go, and that's about it. And then I proceed to bait the place. So I have sticky glue traps. I hope they work. I'm not touching them like they say, just leave them alone and, wait, check in a month and see what you got. And by then, the bug guy will be coming back. I don't want them to die in the walls because that attracts more cockroaches. So the sticky pads should help to catch them on the spot. And when they come foraging looking for food, meanwhile, I keep everything spotlessly clean. I dry up the sinks. You can't dry up the toilet water. It's there, What are you gonna do? Maybe I could plastic wrap it. Yeah, so I'm still having my coffee. It's late in the morning. I've been sleeping late, probably part of depression, and also Flexeril makes me very tired. I only take a quarter of a 10 milligrams. So I'm taking 2.5 milligrams a night, and I'm so, which is probably good. I need the rest. And is it helping? Barely. I feel like my leg and hip, my back are getting way worse. But I have lost some weight, and I probably should talk a little bit about my Weight Watchers experience. I don't know if I covered this, and I don't feel like going back and looking. So I had taken a 10-month plan out. Their special is $10 a month right now with no, extra fees. So I joined Weight Watchers back in March, February, somewhere along the lines. And I don't like it. It's not for me. It kind of spurred my, I had troubles with bulimia as a young woman. I was a pudgy child from the age of 7 to about 13. And then I started, using diet pills and everything, fad diets, and, I was able to get my weight down. But I never looked like the popular girls, they were straight as a stick. And that was, I told my daughter, my youngest one, I said, look, fads come and fads go, the thing in the 60s and 70s was to be, like Twiggy, stick straight. And I couldn't achieve that. I was voluptuous. And so, I had hips and boobs. What do you do? And a small waist. What do you do with that? So I could never achieve that Twiggy look. And tried to starve myself into it. And then, you become hungry. And so then I would do, the National Enquirer, and what was that other one? Well, there were 2, gossip papers, and they always have Diet of the Week. And Mom and I, we'd go on the diets. And then my cousin Diane joined me. And my favorite diet was 1 meal a day. You ate anything you wanted, and then you starved for the rest of the day until the next afternoon when you'd eat again. And we'd eat whatever we wanted. Lasagna and rolls, salad and dessert, and then no food. Just water and black coffee. We also did the candy diet, AIDS. I've talked about this before. AIDS, assist you, aid you in dieting. And, after a while, the sugar gets to you. And, my mother and I, well, how about one more? And, pretty soon the box was gone because we were sugar addicts. And, stuff like that. And then that movie, Willy Wonka, came out with Gene, what was his name? I don't know, the comedian, anyway. It came out, that was before Johnny Depp, and these candy bars came out. Oh, the candy bar scrunch came out. It was so good. I mean, so good. It was like chocolate and crunchy and just like an explosion for the senses for a sugar addict. And we'd go and we'd buy tons of those, and we'd binge on those for the day, and then we'd starve ourselves for 3 days. We were so crazy, and sometimes it was a combination where you yeah, anyway, so Weight Watchers was not working for me. I lost 6 pounds and gained 8. And then I was just angry, and I wrote to them and I said, look, it's created a binging factor in me, and I'm not happy. And they were good enough to refund me, not only cancel my subscription, because the agreement originally was whether I stayed with it or not, I had to pay them $100. And I'd already paid 20 in. They gave me $8 back, and they canceled me completely because I said it kicked up my binge eating disorder, and I'm hungry all the time, and I eat what's on the plan, and I lost weight, and then I gained weight even after the binge was over and I went back on it. I couldn't lose again. So probably because my body was saying, she's starving, hold on to the fat. So, because that's how your body works. It thinks, it's in a famine or something. Hey, this isn't right. You used to eat 20,000 calories and now you're eating 1, so your body reacts to that. So, of course, that is a gross exaggeration. But, yeah, diets don't work. I'm sorry, they don't. So what am I doing now? I'm trying to keep my eating at about twice a day with 1 snack of fruit when I come home. And I do allow myself 2 to 3 cookies a day, depending on my craving for sugar. It's a big problem for me. So if I know I get 3 cookies, but you got to watch out with that, because 3 cookies can become an entire package, because sugar creates cravings. It's just the way it is. So what I try to do is I try to eat, protein during the day. And today I pulled out a piece of lamb out of the freezer. Well, I did that yesterday, and it's in the fridge. And I'm going to have whole wheat spaghetti and lamb and sauce. That's going to be my I eat about 11 o'clock is when which it probably is now, but, I ate 2 cookies, so I like them with my coffee. They're little coconut shortbreads that I get from the Dollar Tree, which is no longer $1. And I'm going to tell you something. Their Voortman wafers are way different at the Dollar Tree than they are at the grocery store. They're really thick and creamy at the Dollar Tree. Voortman's chocolate wafers and strawberry wafers, my 2 favorites. And they're just a little How can it be the same amount of calories per cookie if you're missing half the cookie? I don't understand this. They're $150 for 3 of them at the Dollar Tree, and they're much better cookie, and they're still 150 calories from Voortman's, and they're way skinnier. I'm going to the Dollar Tree, the $1.25 tree, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, yeah. So that's my treat each day, and I have plenty of berries in the fridge, blueberries and strawberries, and I'm keeping away from grapes and things like that. Now, Maggie always has bananas on hand, so when I go to babysit, I will eat a banana there. And, yeah, so I'm eating a lot of boiled vegetables because they're filling, they help. They're roughage and all that sort of thing, fiber, whatever, good for you, etc., etc. And so, to make it easy on myself, I'll put like a potato at the bottom of my kettle. I'll put the cauliflower or broccoli or green beans on top of the potatoes, or carrots, depending what I feel like having, or sometimes a combination of 2 or more. And then I'll get that boiling, and then I'll stick corn cobs of corn on top of that, and I only do those about 5 to 7 minutes. Then I pull those off and check my, and usually everything's done anyway. So, and then I just leave them in the fridge and heat them as I need them. So it's easier for me, and I get the filler from the potatoes, and I get the healthy stuff, but they say you lose a lot in the water. I probably should save the water and make soup or something, because all the nutrients end up in the water. What are you gonna do? And I tend to overcook my stuff. I don't know why. I wish I'd stop, but I don't know. Go figure. Maggie always cooks everything to where it's hard. Like she barely cooks it. I don't like that either. I would love to get between hers and mine. Somewhere in the middle. So what else do I have to talk about? So yeah, I'm creating new stories for myself. That's going to be my plan this year. Oh my goodness. It's coming on us so fast. October will be here before I know it. And thank God, because it is so humid here. So humid. I feel sick, I don't like going outside. And I would love to wake up earlier and get over to the beach like Bonnie and I had done. It was lovely. It was lovely early in the day. And boy, you got to get there early because it's so crowded. There's never any parking. We hit it lucky. Someone was pulling out while I was coming in, and so I was able to find parking close because, my walking has much to be desired. I'm really having a rough go. And I've lost 6 pounds since I left Weight Watchers, and I'm just going to continue to do what I'm doing and try to keep losing that weight and hope that it makes a difference in my leg. And then I'm probably gonna, once I get my weight off, I'd like to go to rehab, because I don't see a point in rehabbing when the weight is what's creating the problem. So I'm gonna just keep pushing. And I've learned some very simple exercises off of YouTube, so I'm gonna start, back in exercising, because I'd stopped that. I was starting to, and then I stopped. It's just that everything's pulled and everything hurts, and I got to be careful what I do for exercises, or it'll put me in bed, I don't know why I have such, degenerated discs and, little nervy things where, bone is on bone, and that isn't good. It's painful. But, I don't know, Walt always believed, my guru, that I don't hear from anymore. I don't know what happened, but I just don't hear from him. He lost his wife, and that's probably why I didn't hear from him. I think he's just really sad. He was with her quite a while. So, I get it. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't know. I feel dopey. Flexerol. So, what am I thinking? My roses are dying, and I refuse to get rid of them. So I bought some artificial ones. Yes, they'll be coming in the mail somewhere between the 31st and the 5th, and I shall be able to replace those roses because, well, they don't look too bad from here. They're losing their color now. They're getting like a grayish tone on top of them. Let's see if I can get you to see them. Can you see that? I hope so, because I can't tell if you see that. They still look pretty good, and none of the leaves have fallen off. Yeah. But I bought some artificial ones in the same color because I can't afford to buy roses every week or 2 weeks. And they just look so good in the room. Even Bonnie had to say, she said, "Wow, Mom, you've got this old lady thing going." I said, "It's called Coastal Grandma," which I'm really not trying to achieve, but I just pretended. And I said, "Yeah, I'm trying to create what I remember in my childhood. Happy times at the beach, going to my friend's aunt's beach house or to the grandparents' beach house. They were wealthy people. They lived right on the ocean. Oh, my word. What a home. Gorgeous. And then next door was a little cabin that like the grandmother lived in, and then somewhere else there was a little beach cottage, and it just was so old world, you know. They had the same furniture from years gone by, you know, stuff that probably the grandparents had left in the family beach house, and then the, you know, great grandparents, and then she probably got it in the end. She was like the only grandchild. So, yeah, and I just want to recapture some of the memories of coastal life and my life in New England, and but perhaps I will find things I love in the beaches of North Carolina, and I will tweak and create something new. I'm going to go to antique shops and look for cool little nautical things and stuff to hang on the walls. So I was going to do that shelf across the top, but I didn't do that. Instead, I have, I put up my, Fad Faye makes these balloon curtains. They have little beads on the bottom and little, what do you call it? Tassels, like. And I just love fringe and tassel and anything that reminds me of days gone by. So I tried to get a miller to help me, and he never got back to me. And I'm thinking, I don't want to deal with that. I don't know how it would look above the curtain now that I have the curtains up. So I think what I'm going to do is put my shelves on either side of the window, and let me show you some of what I have in mind. Hang on a minute. So I went to Ikea with Maggie, and thank you, Blanca. Your donation helped me pay for most of this. I got these boards. They're lovely. They're a lovely real wood board. I don't know, is that pine? I can't tell, but really nice, right? And it's about 23 inches, I think. And to go with it, because I ordered those, I don't know if I ever showed you, I ordered those brackets that had that antique design look to them. They were white, and the holes were ridiculous. There were two on the whole thing, and they were in the wrong place, and they were so close to the edges that it would have never held anything up. So I bought these. Let me see if I can I open this so you can actually see it? I'll be right back. I need a scissors. So I got 2 of these, 1 for each side, and 4 of these, and I really, really love them. They have that old iron look and lots of nice big holes. 1 there, 2 there, and 1 there. Oh, 2, 2, 1, and 1. That will hold up a substantial amount. And they were cheaper than what I got on Amazon. So I'm gonna have my cute little shelves up and my mermaid on one side, probably where I look the most, which would be right there, or maybe there, I don't know. I'll decide. Maybe I'll play around with them and switch them off when I feel like it. So I'm going to get my shelves up. I just haven't been feeling well enough to deal with anything, you know, and today I'm really going to try, though I'm having a horrible stabbing pain in my upper back today. It's like I got out of bed and pulled something. It's like all I did was turn and sit up. Mercy. Well, you know, I do a lot in a day. I took, you know, I babysat last 2 days. I took Finn to the gym twice. And my bed sucks. I really need to concentrate on that as soon as I get some other stuff paid down. Always something to pay for, I swear. I could ask Michael, but sales have slowed down a bit, and I don't want to do that to him right now. So I'm going to handle this on my own. What else? So I got my shelves. I also got some other cute little shelves for the kitchen, and two really cheap ones. They were $1 each. Let me show them to you. $1 a shelf. I love it. So Maggie spotted these. She says, these are $1. I said, bathroom. Just little white crappy shelves, and you can see the line where the paper, where the paper is. But that'll go on the back. So even though there's like paper on top of it, it's like, seriously? Hey, for $1, I'm not complaining. And then next to them were these ultra cheap plastic shelf holders, and that's fine. And they still have plenty of holes, see? That's the way they're supposed to be. And in the middle, and large, not dinky little holes like almost at the end and ready to crack open when you put a screw in. And then I bought a big box of screws, of various screws and wall hangers. Fantastic. Maggie and I shared them because there's so many of them. It's a big giant box. Excellent. $8. Yeah. I paid like $4 or $5 for like, what, 6 to 10 little at Home Depot? No. So I got 2 of these. I'm going to put them in the bathroom and put lovely things on them. Things I use, like soaps in a dish, and I don't know, creams, and, but you know, nice containers and stuff. Maybe I'll buy some jars and put cotton balls in the jar, and that's what I used to do. So yeah, there's those. Oh, and there's one more I got to show you. I found one spice rack. It's not really, I don't know what it is, but I bought it. And this adorable little rack. It has a distressed look, which I like. And I'm going to put that above my stove, and I'm going to put my salt and my seasonings that I use regularly so that I can just grab while I'm cooking, right? So yes, things like this make me very happy. I also have coming a cool little table that will fit against the wall. I'll show you. Let me walk you over here. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to put it against this wall here. It's the exact size across. And then it will flip up, and I'll have a little dining area, and I'll have to move that. I originally bought that for a kitchen garbage can, but have since changed my mind. I love it too much to put, you know, a bag in garbage, and I'm like, what if it starts cracking and stuff? So I just have it there. What will I do with it? I'm such a crazy person. And that's where I'm gonna stick my shelf, right above the stove, and that will be perfect, right? And then I have this hook. Let me show you. Right here, I have this hook, which is going to go above that little table, and I'm going to put a hat that I found from the Dollar Tree on that. Oh, what else? What else? What else? I'm looking. Hang on a minute. Oh, this clock. It's silver. Bonnie said to me, this house needs a clock, because she couldn't see what time it was because we were always using our phones for something or other. So I bought a clock from Ikea as well. And what I love about Ikea is 2 things. One, you've got 180 days once you open it to change your mind. That is incredible. That's like 6 months. Like if it bows or I don't like the quality, I can take it back and get a refund. I saved my receipt. The other thing is, if it's still in the package, like that clock, 365 days you can return it. A year you can keep it in the, and they'll still give you your money back. I love it. Love it. So yeah, probably because they know their stuff sells and it sells well. So I think that was everything that I bought on my Ikea trip, I think. I was too depressed to go over it when I first bought it. I just was feeling so down. there's one other thing I want to show you. I've been not wanting to show you till it's all up, and then I can show you. But, oh, what the heck. On Amazon, they look like powder blue, but they're not. 2 mirrors. And they don't even look like that. They are almost iridescent turquoise. I wish that hadn't happened. But that's okay. And I have one other mirror. I can't show you because I'm running out of minutes. It's going to switch over and make it into 2 videos if I don't shut up. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, guys. Love you all. Thinking of you. Talk to you soon. Bye.